So today we're delighted to welcome Rabbi Adam Zagorian Moffat from the Masorti Synagogue in St Albans. He's here now. Hello, good morning to you, Rabbi.
Good morning, Ola. Thanks for having me in today.
Now you look so young. I mean, I'm sort of seeing rabbis as really old. But how old are you?
I'm 30, and
you look about 15.
Yeah, I know. I get it a lot, actually. And one thing I continue to have to remind people is that rabbis don't come out of seminary with a big beard and automatically looking as wizened as we imagine. They all start out young at some point.
Oh, I see. You'll look like that later, will you?
I expect so. I'm looking forward to it. I expect one day I'll wake up and have a big beard and look the part. But until then, people often ask me, "You sure you're the rabbi?"
You are the rabbi.
I am.
So the Jewish faith, for me, I just thought it's Judaism, and there's not much else in there. It's just one section, but there aren't. So you're Masorti. So what does that mean?
So Masorti means traditional. Okay. It's a literal translation from Hebrew, and for us, we're kind of the middle ground in a lot of ways of the Jewish spectrum. It's really a new thing, this idea that there's lots of different Judaisms.
Okay, so so Judaism is one umbrella?
It's one umbrella, but it's really quite diverse because we don't have any central authority. We don't have anyone dictating how a particular community should behave. So every community does its own thing. So actually, more than just denominations or movements, each synagogue is really its own entity in a lot of ways, and each rabbi makes their own decisions. But we tend to fall into certain sort of streams, at least in the 21st century.
Yes. So what's the difference then? What does your stream of Judaism entail?
It's often thought about like we're kind of the Goldilocks of Judaism, which is true to a certain extent. We're in the middle, and we could describe ourselves as being less traditional than the Orthodox and more traditional than Reform and Liberal. But that's also not really fair just to describe it by what it's not. For us, Masorti is a continuity of traditional Jewish life, because for most of Jewish history, Jewish people were traditional, but they also were open to the world around them. They engaged with the civic society around them. It's only really in the last 200 years that we've had this bifurcated approach to Jewish life, where you either have to be extremely, extremely, extremely traditional and nothing ever changes, or you have to adapt to the world around you entirely. And we refuse to choose. Our suggestion is that you can be traditional and modern, and that the two actually go hand in hand because that's how we've always done it.
So you can take the bits out of the Jewish faith that you want, and that's kind of how yours is?
Yeah, it's not so much a pick and mix, because it really is an entity, but if you look inside of the Jewish faith, it's always been a really dynamic, changing thing. It's never been static, because our people have had to change and adapt to a lot of different historical circumstances. So what we're trying to do is just continue adapting, continue being dynamic, and as a result, Masorti is the fastest growing denomination in the UK, because I think it appeals to people in a way that is renewing and refreshing.
Now, so there are certain things, so obviously things like you don't eat pork, does that stay within?
Yeah, just a quick little video here. Now I came across this Masorti conservative Judaism, and I've never seen this before. It's a new one on me. Masorti. What they call it is conservative Judaism. Right? Conservative Masorti. Right? So basically we have like a Tory party. Right? You have Tory party, and obviously you have Mason. Right? So you have the Tory party, and obviously you only have conservative that are called Tory. Right? Quite strangely, but as you see there, that's in blue. The writings, the lettering's in blue. Right? So basically, again, this reveals another dimension of the political parties. Right? And obviously, it's we think that politics and religion is basically different. But this basically says it isn't, like conservative Judaism, otherwise known as Masorti. traditional, means traditional. Of course, reform as well. So you've got your Conservative Party and your Reform Party. Obviously, there seem to be a religious, background in it, which obviously they'll make kind of the two things, politics and religion are not connected, but it seems like it definitely isn't. So basically, when you had the Labour Party called Bounty, this was basically, I think it came about to prominence mainly in 1920s type of thing, as a party for the working class workers of Britain, right? The time with British Labour Party. And so it must have been created, really, to get the non-sort of Jewish people involved in a political party, right? Make them think that there was a political party for them. So the whole concept of the Labour Party has been alive from day one, Obviously people thought it was a working class man's party and trade unionism and all that. Basically it's just been another con out of it, this Labour Party. So obviously red and blue, red and blue. And yeah, red and blue is basically Freemasonry, Blue Lodge and Red Lodge. So as we're not, it's the difference really. They're all serving basically the Jewish people. And again, Reform Judaism become exactly the same thing.